What's going on, guys? Wonderful morning, except for me, it's raining right now, I think. But today, welcome back to Death Trooper Reviews. First of all, we're going to be reviewing the Hammond Collection Carnotaurus. This is probably the most popular Hammond Collection figure that's still on the market right now. So I'm going to be brutally honest. And we're going to jump with the sculpt, because this figure actually was in the movie, which means it has a sculpt for me to review. Very film accurate. It looks just like it did in Fallen Kingdom, Camp Cretaceous, all that fun stuff. I didn't like Camp Cretaceous. First spoiler right there, so this already gives this figure minus points real quick. The head sculpt is amazingly accurate. I love the paint job. The glass eye kind of sucks if you don't look at it the right way. It's picking up really nicely on camera, but it sucks in person. The body sculpt's kind of decent, I guess. Feet are way too small to hold it up, actually, which is why it's nearly impossible to stand. That's my first little gripe. I'll talk about that in a bit. Hands, super stubby. They look like fucking stupid little baby hands. Oh, goo goo gaga, goo goo goo. And that's why you don't dish the Carnotaurus. So, that was my clock. The tail, I don't like this segment here. It doesn't work for me, and it's the typical bendy tail. So we're going to go to articulation. On the head here, will my camera decide to focus? Yay, it will. You cannot open the jaws separately like you can with the Metricanthosaurus, which sucks. You can only open them together. But it's got a very nice wide jaw, like it's about to swallow somebody whole. The teeth look really nice. The tongue looks really nice, honestly. It looks like it's glistening. It looks like a tongue. The back of the throat, as you can see visibly, is detailed. They didn't have to do that, but they did, you know. Close his mouth up. We're going to go to the neck. It's very stiff on the articulation, pretty much a solid up and down. There's no like ball joints on here, and you know how much I love ball joints. The arms have one ball joint, I'm pretty sure. Two ball joints, I'm pretty sure. Unless they're just not. You can get a full rotation. If my camera picked that up, I'm not a very good cameraman. You can get a rotation there. Solid little baby hands. The legs suck, honestly. The articulation is really stiff, which I guess does help it click into place, but you can't have them anywhere in between. It's got to be either back here or up here. This part of the legs is kind of loose. You can get a full rotation in there, which I do like. I do like this part. This part down here is barely posable at all, honestly. I'm pretty sure it's a ball joint, but you can't move it because this one appears really loose. Then the feet suck because, again, you can barely move them because the leg up here is so loose and the joints on the feet are so tight. I'm not sure if it's a quality control issue, if it's just this figure, but I'm not a big fan of it. And then back here, we've got the tail, which is kind of a ball joint, I guess, but it's not a very good one. You have another ball joint at this little segment, and then it's the bendy wire, so you can go posability. This figures is pretty much definite 0 out of 10. It's nearly impossible to pose because it just doesn't want to stand up. There we go, I got it. This is like one of the only poses you can have it in, just a basic pose. If you want it to be in a roaring pose, its tail is going to have to stand up. So, like, say I wanted to have it like I'm posing it right now. Never mind, it's going to work. There we go. That's a pretty good pose, actually. I've never done that before. That looks pretty decent, actually. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 on posability. Come on, camera. And then, we're going to give it a definite 7 out of paint and sculpting. Close the mouth up. Put them back. And that's pretty much it for this figure, honestly. There's not much to say other than that I don't like it, so I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. Even though it's got a very good paint and sculpt, it really is all about the articulation and posability for me. I like having my figures on display, and it doesn't work very well for that. You can pretty much just have it in like two kind of poses, to be honest. So, like, everyone is saying this figure is like the best one and the one you should buy. I personally would stick with the even like Velociraptor Blue, even though like it doesn't have the movable toe claws. I don't fucking care. It's better than this. Um, it does get extra points for being toast from the Gaming Beaver. Everyone knows that. You can't even stand him. You just pat him and then he falls down. So that's gonna be all for today's video. 2 out of 10 figure. You shouldn't buy it, honestly, in my opinion. It's too overpriced for what you're really getting. But that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching Death Trooper Reviews. And that's going to be all. Thank you so much again. Thank you for watching. And have a nice day. Have a nice week. Have a nice month. Have a nice year. If you never watch me again, have a nice life. But thank you all so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.